crying.
What's happening on the internet?
They're ahead, bro. They're ahead. They're saying, how come Uncle Waffle chooses Swaziland over South Africa after getting nominated for the BET?
You see where she comes from?
Yeah, that's where she comes
from.
So
was she supposed to neglect in that place?
The internet is crying. They're saying they feel used.
That's what I'm saying about the internet.
No, you can't
to neglect her own birthplace, representing South Africa.
Yeah.
What would Swaziland say?
And not necessarily to what will Swaziland say. I'm just surprised by a lot of South Africans crying over her choosing Swaziland when she is from Swaziland. Yeah, it's like the same thing we raise every day. They want her to say she is a South African. Wow. Yeah, because we thought she was a South African when she started. So that's why people are hurt. They're saying they feel betrayed.
Why were you thoughting?
Why? How can you be? Bruh, some are even saying they feel betrayed. How can you feel betrayed by someone choosing their own country where they were born? You know, the internet
is just wild.
Yeah, corruption was here when the whites came, and that was like a long time ago.
Oh, they created that corruption.
What I want is that if I help you, please help me by helping this one.
Yeah. Hi guys, this is the young Zodwa Wabantu. What do Rano? If it's not inside, it's on top. And I don't need anything. Just only trading, that's all. Yeah, I'm still like that. Yeah.
Just load shedding.
Load shedding is bad, bro. And it's funny how we are making this thing like normal. We even like downloading apps, like come on.
You don't. I think I don't. Sure. No, really. You can't be constantly thinking. In life,
there's something else that you still don't know.
Oh, what up? What's good? It's very safe.
You know, it's very bold, man. It's very bold. It's very safe. Zakanaka.
It's very good.
Zakanaka.
I was popping, dog. It's another episode, as you know.
Yeah, man. We back with more peace of mind and more than anything else. We back with peace of mind. The people have been talking. The last episode, we did the most, and I'm happy with it. The people are happy with it.
I love the growth, dog.
Yeah, the numbers are showing, man. Today, what's the scoop, man?
On the scoop, dog. I just heard about the passing of this brother of ours around here. Sorry, man, it's just kind of hectic.
Was he a comrade?
Why are you jumping into that? You know something? Yeah, he was a comrade.
No, there's nothing much, because I've also heard something also from my sources. They were saying a certain comrade passed away. Because if you can recall, we were supposed to have the two comrades today.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have a certain comrade here, and he wasn't able to make it. That's why we out here briefing the nation, on what's happening, and it was sad, the way I've had it, and just condolences to the family, man. Condolences to the family. Although I didn't know the guy, but
I know him personally.
You know him personally. What kind of a person was he?
He was a good dude, a nice guy.
He was a good dude.
Solid, I can say, not because he's dead, but he was solid.
Because I've only heard of his age. I think I was told that he wasn't that old.
Yeah, he wasn't that old. He was still, I think, on his days.
Yeah. So when did he pass away?
I think yesterday. I'm not sure, but then I think yesterday, since hearing from the people, I think yesterday, if not around what do they call these things?
Around the wee hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it was around the wee hours.
I don't know, but dog. We are yet to get more scoop on that. So.
Yeah, man. Just the hearsay is around the streets.
Yeah.
People talk.
What are they saying?
Hey, man, they're saying a lot. People are asking, how did he die? Yeah.
Which is a mystery.
Yeah, it still remains a mystery, man. Still remains a mystery, especially, when something just happened recently. And I don't think he was sick. Was he sick?
No, he wasn't sick. Sorry.
He was kicking and alive. Yeah. So it's another story where there's a lot that lies untold.
Yeah.
There's a lot that lies untold, and even the people who are mentioned that he was with them when he passed, not necessarily when he passed away, but the day before,
the day before, we don't know, but
because they say he was okay. Was he at a meeting the day before?
I don't know. Some say it was a funeral, so we don't know.
It was at a funeral. Imagine you attend a funeral, the next day it's your funeral. That's weird, man.
Now we are scared to attend funerals, bro.
Imagine, I'm just asking myself, what could have happened? What could have went wrong?
Some say it's poisoning, so we cannot be sure. You see that, but then whether it's true, dog.
Yeah, hearsays, bro. Everybody's just throwing the hearsay, especially when somebody was so healthy the day before. It's like when I'm with you now and tomorrow I hear that something tragic has happened to you. Obviously, I'll have to start asking questions. What happened to this guy? Because he was all okay. He never told me that something was wrong with him.
And you never saw anything of it.
Oh, okay. EFF, was he in EFF or?
He was ANC.
He was ANC, man. Yeah. Was he big within the ANC?
I think around here he was big, yeah.
He was big around here. How come have I never met him or just heard about it? Because I've only been told of Caleb. That's the only guy that I've been told.
Bro, Caleb is from he's our chairperson inside. So that one was once our chairperson.
Oh, he's a former chairperson.
Yeah, he's a former chairperson.
So meaning that he is bigger than what I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whose funeral was it? Do you know of whose funeral was it? The one you had attended? No clue. And ESAs are saying even the recently crowned chief was there.
So they say though, we wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oh, the funeral he attended, was it a close friend or just somebody from far?
Hence I said, no, I don't know, dog. Until you get like the right scoop from it, as time passes, as time goes on, but yeah.
But if he was big, obviously, he knew a lot of people. A lot of people knew him.
Yeah, powerful people.
Yeah, I just wondered the kind of business he was doing. But then,
Oh, we don't know, dog.
I don't
know about his businesses.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of felt like, since, with what we've scheduled now, with the people we're trying to have on the show, he fits into what we would have wanted to have on the show, a certain comrade around who's big.
Because there were supposed to be those guys from that, but then tragic happened, so they have to attend those things.
So man, we'll just I think time will tell who stands to benefit, where, how, and what.
Yeah, and how was he, or if he was killed, if it was a natural cause. Yeah,
because I think his death also correlates with this other one of this ANC lady. She was big. I forgot the name. I think she was either a colored or a white person or Indian. She was in the ANC, like the top ANC league. Nationally. Yeah, she was nationally. The way she passed on, it was a mystery. It was a mystery. Yesterday she was fine. The following day she was reported to have died. But in her case,
but then the cause of death says,
I can't recall well the cause of death, but the problem with it was there were certain things she had to account for in the coming few days. So what she did was, I don't know if it's what she did or what happened. Some are saying
hectic up there.
It's hectic. Some are even saying she might have faked her death. She might have faked her death. So something might have happened. Even people who fake their death, we do attend the funerals, but then there's nothing inside, or maybe there's some. You remember the story of Otago Best and Nandipa? You find maize meals in the coffin, and we go and bury maize meals, and we cry for maize meals, and thinking that somebody dies. So even with the brother here, it's so sad to hear. Especially when you hear of the age, he's somebody who could have had so much potential. Especially he was probably still a youth, if I'm not mistaken. He was still under 35.
You were still under 35?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still
Yeah,
alive.
because when I was told, I think he said he was born in 1988.
Oh, yeah.
1988 is still under 35, or it's 35 this year.
Yeah, 35.
Probably 35 this year.
Okay, was 35.
He was 35,
Yeah,
yeah, probably 35 this year. But then 35, even though maybe you were just in between the youth and being a veteran.
You are far from being a vet.
Hey, they call you a veteran after 35. So. Yeah, especially when you know so much, man. Especially when you know so much. Yeah, man, yeah. So, you know, you never know what's happening, man. You never know what's happening. Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, and not so long you guys just put in a new chip around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Ngumal or something? Or the Ndwande? Is it the Ndwende or something?
Ndwande. It's Ndwande.
Oh, the Ndwandes. I think I got it. I think I got it now, man. I think I got it. You know, just been checking out the news. I see Thusi is wilding, man.
What is she doing?
Bruh, she's going off naked for the internet.
I saw she posted some pictures on the net. She was not like naked.
Not really naked, but she was showing boobs, bruh.
She had nice boobs.
You see, you saw what I'm talking about.
They pointy though.
You saw what I'm talking about. You saw what I'm talking about.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that, dog.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with that. But then people are now saying, did she join the Zodwa Wabantu club?
Clan, she joined the clan. Nah, she can't.
Probably because that's what we have known Zodwa to do for the longest of time.
Zodwa was selling that, but then with Thusi, she's just being free.
How do you know that she's not selling?
What is she selling?
Why is she now displaying?
She's just being free. She's just
bruh, something might be wrong. She might be looking for something, or something might be wrong.
What is wrong?
What I'm picking up is that
people of Twitter are always just wilding out with you.
But we're not exactly just wilding out, man. We're not exactly just wilding out. You know what I mean?
Too much. You herbalize everything.
We don't herbalize too much, bruh. That's not the kind of life she was about before.
What kind of life was she about?
She never showed boobs.
So you guys even created a persona for her, like this is how she should be.
It wasn't a persona, but you know the kind of character you display today. If you stop displaying it and you display another character tomorrow, we have to start asking questions. That's why
she's being free, bro.
That's why even sometimes, you know, with people who end up, you know, if I have to say this, who end up taking their own lives, is, you know, we will normally at the end of the day say, oh shit, we saw it coming. You know, this person wasn't themselves the last few days.
You Twitter guys always see everything coming.
We always do, because we see.
You know a lot, and you don't know nothing.
No, it's not like we don't know nothing.
You do not know nothing.
No, we see.
How do you see?
No, we see what's happening, but then the way in which we might describe something. I might describe it the way I'm seeing it. Somebody might get the right description. That's why I'm saying we can't all be wrong. Someone at the end of the day might be right, not knowing that they are right. That's why even now with her, when you might say, no, she's just flashing. She went to a club wearing like that.
Yeah, I like it.
That's what we know Zodwa to do. That's what we know Zodwa.
She wasn't getting paid to do that. She just did.
Are you sure she wasn't? Are you sure she's not fishing for something?
Fishing for what? For men?
For gigs.
For gigs?
Yeah.
The gigs are...
You know, the entertainment industry is all about who's getting talked hot, about the most.
Yeah.
Not exactly even who's hot. The one who's getting talked about the most.
Maybe that was not the plan, but if it works, let it work.
But before that, what was it that she was hot for?
Okay, if it works, then let it work. Do what you gotta, dog.
I'm not fighting that. I'm saying I've seen the kind of things before. You know, people who go quiet for a very long time, when they have to make it come. Yeah, she was quiet, because the last time she was talked about, I think it was that time when there's this other series that came out where she had the Vio Dabula on. There was this other sex scene that people talked about the longest.
Wasn't it Kanyimba with that one?
No, it was Kanyimba. It was with that other guy who appeared on Uzalo for some time. You know, the bald guy.
Right, the one that looks like you.
So you're saying he looks like me?
Yeah, it does look like you.
No, man. No. But it was before that. Yeah, it was before that.
So
I think it was
Thusi
before
has
that.
one with there's a scene like that also.
Yeah, she
I've
has a
seen the
scene with
movie,
your double like
I've seen
Gaddafi, man.
I don't know.
I just forgot the name. I think it's.
She's even showing them.
Yeah,
titties.
she's even showing the titties even in that
No,
episode.
she got a nice
Yeah,
titty.
she has, bruh. She has, and you know, people were going crazy over that.
Yeah, over the nice titties.
Yeah, over them titties, and you know, and what I'm saying now, it's not exactly what I'm saying. It's what I'm thinking, and also what other people are thinking. That the reason she flashed her boobs in the internet is because, you know, when you've been out for so long, and also, you know, when you're starting to
Come
age,
back.
when you're starting to age, you're no longer getting that much exposure as
People
before.
always have some
There are new
stuff
kids
to
in the
say,
block.
You always have some stuff to say. You know.
There are new kids in the block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying, yeah.
There are new kids in the blocks, and the new kids are competing with the old kids. You know, your Bonang, you can't say they are new in the industry.
Yeah, but then
And
these ones are
the minute you are
the
out,
pioneers, bro.
yeah, they were the pioneer.
They not way, bro.
But I don't even think they were the pioneers.
Queen Bee, bro.
Yeah.
That's like she's upper echelon, bro.
But what I'm saying is that they were not the pioneers exactly. They were just the benchmark. You know, those people who've kind of like achieved a lot in the industry.
Yeah.
And you look up to them.
So they become the pioneers.
But the dynamic is changing. It's like now when you look into Facebook and TikTok. TikTok has more influence than Facebook.
It has more influence, but
yeah.
Is it solid?
Hmm?
Is it solid or it's just like just TikTok?
Not necessarily just TikTok.
It's not solid.
It's not solid, but it's like a migration.
It's
you know,
very
when
shaking.
Yeah, it's very shaking, but it's a migration that happens even within the music industry.
You cannot celebrate like 2 million views on TikTok. That's a normal thing.
It's not. I can't say it's a normal thing.
It is normal, bro.
I can't say it's.
I know a couple of people that I know. Like I know you are not a celeb, but
you can get that, but celebrities celebrate a more milestone than that. You know why I'm saying it? That it's like what happens in the music industry lately. You release a song today, you are happy. Somebody releases a song, we forget about your song last week. But then if you look at...
I'm saying that it's not solid. Like the songs that you are talking about, I'm sorry if I'm dissing Amapiano, but then I'm not dissing. I'm just sharing, I'm just sharing my piece of mind.
Sure.
My piano is not like organic music. For me, I just find like how beefy, how chicken. That's not like solid music, bro. It's not something that can stand the test of time, right? So let's like also find like TikTok. You can feel famous today.
So even
the next hour you are not there.
It's the same thing even now. Thusi and Bonang. You know, within the entertainment industry, nothing is permanent. You know that.
So
tomorrow, tomorrow when something comes, it replaces you. Even on social media.
What's hotter than Bonang?
Uncle Waffles is hotter than Bo. She's not hotter because she has not achieved the things they have achieved. But in the meantime, who's talked about the most in the meantime?
In the meantime,
I mean, overall, who's talked about the most in the meantime? Upabi Cooper, they're taking the new Ks, the 2Ks are taking over. You can't fault it. It's like now when you're gonna come in the game and be like, ah man, DJ's Boo is still big. He was big. He's still a big name. And more fire.
And more fire.
Yeah.
And need more fire here.
Yeah. And he's still big. But there are kids in the block who are doing bigger than him at the moment.
I mean musically.
And I'm not saying they are bigger than him in general, not music, in so many things.
In so many things like what? Business?
You start with music, you come to podcasts, there are guys who are doing podcasts bigger than him. You come to even to the more fires and stuff. There are guys there are brands which are bigger than his. But he is a big artist himself. You can't take that away. You can't take that away.
I respect that nigga.
Yeah, man. So it's the same. It's the same thing here with Bupel Thusi. They were big. Buboitu. They were big in the game. Bonang. They were big in the game.
They are still respected, not on Twitter streets, because Twitter streets is just internet. We're talking about the actual industry. They have all the respect, dog.
No.
They have all the respect.
The respect is now starting to fade.
You need to have a chat with the industry someday, then you will see.
I am. You know, there's this other new show where the African very young, young African and what, young famous and African or young famous, something like that.
It's on Showmix.
Bonang at a peak she was never gonna agree to be on that show.
Bruh, she just made a debut like wow,
she made a debut, but at a peak, she was never gonna agree to be on that.
Why would you say that?
I'm saying that because of what is happening now. The dynamics are changing, bruh. You can't always be at the top. There's a certain point where you are here, and there's a certain point where you drop, and there are other kids who are taking the first spot, and now you have to start taking any gig that comes.
But then the people that you've mentioned, like the other people that you've mentioned, they are no way in the levels of those other people that you're
I'm not
about.
saying they are at the level.
Yeah,
Pelade is what do they call this in football? They say there's this thing in football where they talk about it. If you find that you like Lionel Messi, you can't today, even if you score 100 goals, you can't have the fame that Lionel Messi has. But at the current moment, you can be bigger than him. But in terms of overall, you're nowhere near him.
So who's bigger than Lionel Messi and Ronaldo now?
Currently, the guys who are performing in football.
Not performing, I'm talking about who's bigger than the two.
Overall.
Yeah,
Are you saying no one is bigger than
so
them.
it's like the same case.
They're still big overall. But at the current moment in time, when you start talking about the guys who are making it in football, there are some young boys. You know very well.
But then they are not bigger than those
That's
guys.
exactly what I'm saying.
So even now, bruh.
No, you're not.
You cannot touch Bonang,
but
bruh.
No, I'm not saying you cannot touch her. I'm saying at the current moment in time, you know what I'm alluding equates to what? Equates to you've made your money in the past, you've made your name, and you are up there. I am upcoming. I cannot be put at the same measure as you. I cannot be weighed
some of those upcomings will fall before they even reach that stage.
It happens. It's the same way. It's the same way. Let's talk about hip hop. It's the same way with Cassper Vest. Cassper Vest is the peak for so many artists. But currently, where is he when you talk about hip hop?
You cannot talk top 5 without mentioning Cassper.
You cannot talk top 5. But currently, when you talk about the most influential hip hop artists, between 25, is it 25 or 20?
We're talking about now the most influential artists. Cassper is number 1, AK is still number 1.
That's a lie, brother. When it comes to captivating people on TikTok, on social media,
what are you saying?
I'm not talking about the influence they've had overall. I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about the influence that they've had overall. I'm talking about the top 5 hip hop artists. You cannot. Shout out to 25K. I respect 25K. Sure. He's nice, but then he's not upper echelon.
But at the moment, he has the crowd more than Cassper. When it comes to hip hop,
more than Cassper. What are you saying?
At the moment, when it comes to hip hop,
what are you saying, bro?
Mention
it's coming up. It's nice. It's coming all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mention the last Cassper song that is bigger than 25K's latest song.
What is 25K's latest song?
Such Plada.
It's not 25K's, bro.
It's not 25K's. It's featured. Mention one where Cassper is either featured or it's his.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If we were to attend the festival now, there's 25K, there's your Lotin over pounds, there's your Maglera Doughboy, then there's Cassper, there's AKA, there's Questa, there's Ricky, rest in peace. Bruh, those boys are just boys, bruh.
But you're not getting what I'm saying.
Even the crowd, bruh, even the turn up,
but you're not getting what I'm saying. Those guys have made their name. They have made their name. They're no longer made. They can still be top 5.
You cannot be talking about someone who has a hit now saying that this guy is like, bro, come on.
That's what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about
the only song
the
at 25K, you know Soch Platin.
I know Soch Platin.
So what are you saying?
No,
I'm talking on facts, and you're talking on something that you've seen on the net. What are you saying?
I'm talking about something that I've seen on the net.
Soch Plat, you just know Soch Plat.
No,
it's not even his song.
It's not his song. It's not even just Soch Plat. It's like musically now when you go. I don't know some of the other songs.
But you're not speaking on facts.
But he's big. He's a big cat.
He's a big cat. He's coming all right. He's nice. I love him.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about now.
But then you cannot mix him with the vets, bro.
No, you see, they are the vets. They're the vets.
They are the vets, and they're still running it.
Same thing with in football. There's Erling Haaland. There's Kylian Mbappe. There's Lionel Messi.
So let's talk about influence. It will never be us, bro.
Currently they are not at the peak.
We had Nasty C and Reese. We had Nasty C and Reese.
Don't talk about those ones.
Bro, even now those
guys
bigger
are than Cass and AKA.
No, they are not bigger than Cass and AKA, but they are bigger than 25k.
Obviously,
they are bigger than 25k.
That's the truth.
And they have more influence than 25k.
That's the truth. Yeah. They've been in the game for how long?
For like 10.
How long has 25k been in the game?
For 10.
No, I mean where now he gets the spotlight.
Yeah, he's getting the spotlight.
You see, he's only getting the spot. That's what I'm saying.
Chief,
you and I were agreeing on the same thing.
If you were to talk about the other boy, Nova Pounds is the one who's making the waves now. Even Maglera is doing it, but then you cannot compare.
No, but even Maglera, I'm not saying you will ever have the bigger influence than Cassper.
You can maybe in time, but then for now.
But now when you measure the way in which he is moving and the way Cassper moved.
So if you measure the way 25 and the way Cassper moves, you feel like
no, even them. I'm not. You're not getting me, Chief.
What are you saying, Chief?
When you're talking about the all time, I'm talking about the last 6 months.
The last 6 months.
Yeah.
What's been hot?
Yeah, what's been hot?
Nova Pounds.
You see.
And who else?
And also about 25k. They've been hot than Cassper in the last 6 months. That's
because Cassper hasn't been like,
I'm not a big fan of Cassper. That's what I'm saying. We are agreeing on the same thing, but you're arguing.
If Cassper is to drop now, bro,
if he is to drop,
he's gonna drop.
That is true. That I agree with. Even Bonang, they are making a comeback now because they see that new kids are now taking the sport.
I don't see anyone who I can compare with Bonang now. You talked about your uncle Waffles. I don't see here anywhere near your Bonang.
No, she's a musician.
She's a nice DJ.
She's a musician. Uncle Waffles is not a musician.
So Bonang, right? Like you see your
no, Bonang has made a name. She has been at the peak, and what she has achieved, there's nothing more to achieve. But then when you talk about the new talent, there's more they can still achieve. And when you talk about the now, you compare, okay, how am I? It's like you getting a job now. Obviously, the situation is going to be better than the one you were 5 years ago. But for Bonang, even if she gets a gig tomorrow, it doesn't change the kind of impact she's had in the game.
So the people that you're talking about right now, do they have like the legitimacy as Bonang?
No,
are they as organic? Do you think they will last in the industry if they keep going
to last, if we are to come to that, we cannot tell if they are to last, and we cannot say the influence they have now.
According to their moves, you can see if
the one that I'm
this is just the wave.
The one
something solid and there's waves.
The one that I'm seeing now that is can match or maybe can look solid is the one near Uncle Waffles. 21, 25. Is it 21 or 25 or 20? I don't even know his name.
Do some for me.
I don't even know his name.
It's 25k.
Yeah, I mean 25k. I don't know his management.
Yeah,
I don't know his management. But if they are to move the way they are moving now, I think yes, he's gonna be someone who's big in the game in the next 5 years.
Right. He's a solid guy.
He's a solid guy. But you know what I'm talking about now. The music that is to come now is not the same music as that we've been listening to.
That we've been consuming.
Yes. So that's why even now when you measure your influence, you don't have to talk about the 80s liking your music. The 80s have loved your music. Now we're talking about the 2Ks.
Y2K.
Yeah, the 2Ks and 2YKs. Those are the people that now they are at a peak where you're saying, okay, do they like my music? Do they jump to my music? The same way we were jumping to their music when Cassper broke into the game, when AKA broke into the game, when KO broke into the game. That's when you started to decide.
You see, KO is still at it, bruh. And 25 is nowhere near KO, bruh, even now.
you're right when it comes to that. You're right when it comes to that, ne? But then also when you look at a KO, you also have to look at the cats he brings into his own music.
No, you're talking what you
is he not having somebody
who
who
talk
was
about that song? What is
no,
song?
yeah.
That song. What is it's piano like Set.
Yeah.
Which
other song do you want to talk about?
You want to talk about Set, bro? That guy has hits, bro.
Which other one?
He has hits, bro. He's been
Which
dropping
other
hits,
one?
though.
Which other one?
The one he recently dropped, and the one that dropped
which
the
one?
time that
Which one?
I saw
him.
That freestyle.
But then is it as big as Sete? Is it as big as Sete?
No, Sete is big.
You see, that's
he
why.
had bigger songs
that's why
before.
You and I will.
It's not about the new cats that he's running with now.
Yes, the song that is.
Okay, why don't those new cats have a bigger song than that song?
Than what?
Than Set.
No, Sosh Plata is the
I'm not
song.
talking about Sosh Plata.
No, I am. No, don't tell me what to talk about. I'm talking about Sosh Plata now. I'm saying Sosh Plata is getting the recognition from the people. Not me. I've never listened to the whole song. I've only had people play the song on the internet, like, oh yeah, man, people fuck with the song.
When I see you are an internet junkie.
Yeah, that's how I measure. That's how you measure. That's why even the
you cannot measure things you see now. You do not know. You just saw you just see something on the net and you feel like, yeah, this is it. If they say Cassper is a flop, Cassper is a flop. If they say Sosh Plata is a flop of a song, Sosh Plata is a flop of a song. But
how am I supposed to now report and
you should know these things, bro. Listen to the songs.
No, I'm not saying when I listen to the song.
Listen to the songs, follow the songs, follow those people.
What you're saying.
Don't just like.
No, listen. You know what I want to make a point now is that I'm not saying I enjoy Sosh Plata. No, that's what you are now saying.
I enjoy Sosh Plata.
Yes, you see, that's why you're now saying I should measure them like that. I'm not going to measure them.
You're not saying that you enjoy Sosh Plata. You are saying that you've seen, like, on the net, they were
the
talking about Sosh Plata.
Yes.
It's making the rounds, right? So if it's making the rounds on the net, you think that's the bomb. How do you judge?
How did you see that Cassper is big?
How do you judge yourself? How do you judge yourself? You've listened to Cassper, though. Yeah, you've seen that Cassper is making the waves, Cassper is making the numbers. You knew, dog.
Where did you see that?
You see, dog, the music was everywhere.
Yeah, the same thing with Sosh Plata. It's everywhere.
You're saying that you don't know the song. You don't even know the song.
No, I don't have to know the full song.
But you just have to see that people are talking about it.
How did you see?
As long as people are talking about it. So we can go to the net and make somebody trend, like, okay, so that person is popping.
But what's influence? The Bonang influence that you're talking about, how big, that she was big. How did you see?
So you want to equate this with that?
No, I'm saying, listen, Chief. You know what you're comparing now? You're comparing the quality of music, which is not what I'm comparing.
Am I?
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No.
I said in the last 6 months.
No, don't try to twist things, dog.
No,
let's speak on facts.
Yeah, we're speaking on facts.
Let's
last 6 months, can you say Sosh Plata is making
hip hop was not booming. Thankfully, Pretoria niggas been doing it, dog.
And who's been doing it?
Dog, we have G-Tech, we have Machine,
we have Sound,
we have Tato Sound, we have 25, we have Lotting Over, but then Lotting Over is like the star
I'm not hearing Cassper in the mention. I'm not hearing Cassper in the mention.
Hence we are saying hip hop was quiet, but then hip hop is coming back, it's making the rounds now.
And the names you mentioned, I'm not hearing Cassper.
And hence I say Pretoria niggas.
Yeah. So you see, Sosh Plata is part of the Pretoria movement.
It's a good movement. It's coming all right.
So why are you discrediting
it cannot be bigger than Cassper.
I'm not saying it's bigger than Cassper, bro. It's like Michael Jackson.
I'm not a big fan of Cassper at all, but I'm
saying I know that. It's like Michael Jackson. You cannot be bigger than Michael Jackson, but I can't say the last 2 years who's been. I'm telling you. But when you're arguing on popularity, who's more popular?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because I'm
saying on the last
reverse psychology, you cannot.
Okay, what are you saying?
What were you saying?
I'm asking.
Okay,
listen. I'm saying in the last 6 months. The one
you just brought up that now.
I brought it up because I saw that it was causing a confusion.
No, there was no confusion. I just want us to speak on facts.
There was a confusion. That's what I'm saying. When not the way you're talking of Bonang, it's the way she was booming then. Her last gig. Do you even know when her last gig was?
Or where Bonang on follow up? Okay, what was she doing?
I just mentioned now that she was. Let me mention now the recent gig. It's a reality TV show. You know, it's one of those TV shows that Bonang at her peak. She was in the wind. Bonang had a peak. She was never gonna be part of that. And even when she first appeared,
What makes you say so?
She just made a cameo.
What makes you say so?
She was getting a lot of gigs.
She was getting a lot of gigs. So not what you let gig. Now they were a gig.
No, it's more like what she wants normally. It's like you now saying I can go and perform at a time. When you need to perform in stadium.
Put me through the show.
Let me put you through the show. It's a reality TV show where they are casting African famous and young.
African, not just
just African young and famous. And you look at the ages of those people they featured there. They're not so young. Some are 40. Some are 45, and they call them young. It's because they are desperate for the numbers that you're talking about, which Bonang brings the numbers.
She is the number.
She is the number.
She's the bomb.
That is true. That's why even Cassper appeared on AKS show. That's why even Cassper appeared on AKS show.
She's exclusive.
Because what? Because he brings the numbers, and AKA was like, fuck it, let's have the guy here. You bring me the numbers, and so even with them. But if you look at it, you scroll back a few years, and you're like, Bonang, can you come to my show? Bonang will tell you I'm busy, and not just because you're saying that, because the gigs are flowing.
They were flowing. So
and now they're not flowing as before.
That's what I'm bringing. Just like Twitter niggas, you online niggas.
No, it's not about online niggas. I'm telling you, it's not just about online niggas, because to see that a nigga is influence, we first see it online. We first have to go and check the music.
There are a lot of influential people online, but in real life they are very forgotten.
Yeah, in real life they are very focal. You're right when it comes to that. You are right when it comes to that.
Jan van Portia. Who's Jan van Portia? Who the fuck is
that guy? I know him. Personally, I know him.
You know him like the guy?
Some work with him, yeah.
Like you know the guy?
Yeah.
Is he white?
No, he's not white.
You know Portia?
Yeah.
Cheers, you know Portia guy?
You know Portia?
I don't know
Portia was exposed in the internet. I've done work with him. He was doing most of his work from Ambitious.
So who?
He's from Free State, ne?
He's from Free State.
Yeah, Free State.
Right. And this one very rude. What happened to
very rude. They tried to expose him.
They can't find the guy.
They can't, because the account was sold so many times. You know, when an account gets sold and then
it starts a new one.
Then it starts. No, somebody new just comes in, occupies the very same account, but then you start seeing from
the same stance.
You start seeing from the tweet that
this is why it's not the same person.
Yo, we're back. We're coming from the ad break. You know.
Where was we?
Yo, we were on so much, man. And next part, so on the internet, people are crying, bro.
Oh, what's happening on the internet?
They're ahead, bro. They're saying, how come Uncle Waffles chooses Swaziland over South Africa after getting nominated for the BET?
Is it where she comes from?
Yeah, that's where she comes
from.
So
was she supposed to neglect you in that place?
The internet is crying. They're saying
that's what I'm saying about the internet.
No, you can't discredit the internet on certain things. That's why even now, when we talk about this form, the internet, the internet has good, the bad, the ugly, and we report all on that. But to see the overall things that are happening outside.
If she were to neglect her own birthplace, representing South Africa, what would Swaziland say?
And not necessarily to what will Swaziland say. I'm just surprised by a lot of South Africans crying over her choosing Swaziland when she is from Swaziland. It's like the same thing we raise every day when we say Zimbabweans are supposed to go home. Those who are here illegal, they're here taking our jobs and blah blah blah.
So Waffles is taking our jobs.
They don't care about that. She's saying she must be a South African. She must choose to be a South African. They want her to say she is a South African, because we thought she was a South African when she started. So that's why people are hurt. They're saying they feel betrayed.
Why were you thoughting?
How can you be? Bruh, some are even saying they feel betrayed. How can you feel betrayed by someone choosing their own country where they were born?
The internet is just wild.
it was weird to me, man. It was weird because I've had so many South Africans complain about foreigners in this country, and
But
for
hey,
once,
she's
Uncle
not
Waffle
a-
just tried to come. She came out and she was like, "No, I'm not actually from South Africa. I'm from Swaziland, but just that when I got into the game, I was in South Africa. So a lot of people thought I was a South African. So South Africans were like, "Hey, yeah, baba,
You are rejecting us now.
kanjani manje? Because you're getting recognition."
You want to claim everything, guys.
So I was surprised, bro. I was so surprised, and I was like, "We don't know what we want as South Africans."
So the South Africans are nuts.
I don't know. Maybe it's because the ones who look cute, we want them to be South African.
She's nice.
So we wanted to be a local. But it was weird.
She's nice.
It was like the reason she trended for like a whole 3, 4, 5 days. Bro. People were ahead. Swaziland was trending because she said I'm from Swaziland to the BET group.
She is from Swaziland.
And she's rapping Swaziland.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
Pella's just like now, we've been, for so long, we've been trying to claim Elon Musk.
Hey,
The guy doesn't associate with us, bro.
No, he's in America, bro.
He's in America. He considers himself to be an American.
He's an American citizen. So
Let's talk Charlize Theron. The same thing.
yeah, she's an American citizen. So
But is
she's from Pretoria. Hey, baba. Hey, baba. Hey. Even that one, that old movie, Hard Target.
Oh, that
the
guy, yeah.
The bald guy.
That guy. Oh, the Afrikaner guy.
Yeah, the Afrikaner
man,
guy.
And also there's this other one, the actor, that movie, No Pain, No Gain. No Pain, No Gain, where there's Dwayne Johnson in there and some other black dudes. He also acted that other movie, 1995, when the Springboks won the World Cup.
Oh, that guy that looks like a boar.
Yeah, he originally he has some South African
he's a boar,
roots,
but
he moved abroad.
He's in America or Europe?
I think he's in America.
He's an American. Stay in America, that's fine.
Yeah, so it kind of like came to me that why are we so bothered by what somebody else chooses? Why? And then we also at the same time get to be bothered by what those we don't like.
It shows the same thing even with local around here. If somebody is to make it big, we're all gonna claim him like, that's our girl, that's our boy. I've seen it with a couple of people. There is this one. Shout out, she's representing us on a World Cup, Netball.
Okay, she's from around here.
Yeah, she's from around here. Khanyisa Chawane.
Okay.
Shout out to her. So they start celebrating you when you start doing big things, and they want to claim you.
And the problem is when the person is still local, when they're not known. Some people even come and think you are a foreigner. I was watching this other time on TikTok. There's this other young lady from Venda. A lot of people were commenting on her video saying she's not a South African. Why? She must go back home because of the accent. She was. So and also she Venda. Imagine now you're chasing a South African outside of South Africa. You're saying they must go back home, and now you're saying a person who is from Swaziland must choose to affiliate themselves with South Africa.
That Nando's ad?
Which was?
That one that changed everyone. You Tsongas, you Zulus, you Sutus, go back. You do not know that one. You Vendors,
I don't recall, but I remember something.
Yeah, there was
it caused a debate. It caused a debate.
And then there was what
Oh,
yeah. Then the camera went to Tito. Was like,
oh,
they translated
the
this is my place.
Oh, they're the ones who are claiming South Africa. Yeah, I'm thinking it must have been during some time where there was some xenophobic attack.
It changed everyone, bro. Even you Sutus.
They chased us. They chased us.
Yeah.
But they must accept that we're here for good, man. We belong here.
Everybody is welcome to South Africa. They should quit with this xenophobic stuff. Yeah. We allow white people to be around here, but then we do not allow our
even this one, KO, he was getting titled. He's from Mpumalanga, right? Yeah, he was getting titled that he's from Mpumalanga. Then Mpumalanga is supposed to be. He's
South Africa, bro.
Hey. He's a South African.
Why South Africa?
Yeah, now moving on to Nota, man. Nota made some comments about Emtee.
What is he
just kind of like left me baffled, saying that Emtee thought he was smart, when he was choosing drugs, neglecting his daughters and kids and
Emtee is on drugs. Oh, he's talking about
Nota is saying.
Nota.
Even his wife, even Emtee's wife came out not so long on Daily, yeah.
Maybe it's about the lean stuff. I remember when he was harassing Mark, he was telling him that he's on drugs because he was drinking lean.
But I doubt with this one that it's now lean. I'm thinking maybe,
lean
but
and
it's
weed.
allegedly, maybe because even some people sometimes like to prefer to weed as drugs. Maybe they're referring to drugs, but the wife came out. That's where Nota got the whole scoop to come on the internet and be like, oh man, Emtee used to be a big name and blah, so much that he's now using his kids for fame and so many things.
You think so? Or is it so? We cannot.
He's reporting from what the wife said, but I think
Nota.
It's
Nota's opinions and it's the wife's opinions. So
Nota, man.
La vida,
yeah, man. And then lately there's been some outcry, man, from the U.S. lawmakers in America.
The lawmakers
in America. They're making some noise on South Africa being neutral on this whole thing that is happening between Russia and Ukraine. Because the conflict that is happening between Russia, saying Russia has invaded Ukraine and blah blah blah. So America is now trying to bully South Africa, because South Africa is saying, Azizingeni Baba, we're not getting involved. We're not getting involved. It's not our war. There are so many wars out there that America is not saying anything. Why must we start commenting on what's happening there?
Russia, which has been, dog. Even if you watch movies, you can see that the American soldiers are always fighting against Russia, and Russia doesn't win against America even in the movies. So, say, that's
the problem. Now they are bullying us. They're saying we need to choose a side, whether we oppose Russia or we are with Russia. And South Africa is saying, no, Baba, now we are in between. Azizingeni, we're not getting involved. Whatever those two people are doing,
so why is South Africa out of all the countries?
I think they're bullying South Africa because they're part of BRICS. This other thing where they call it. When it comes to about BRICS. Yeah. So they're saying because South Africa is part of BRICS, where there's Brazil, Russia, India, China. So it means South Africa is choosing to side with Russia. And then
there's Russia on the BRICS.
Yeah, there's Russia on the BRICS.
Even Brazil is America, right?
But they're not targeting them, they're targeting us.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like like you're bringing Brazil into the picture.
They want to start some war around here.
They're not actually trying to start a war. They're trying to make us choose between America and Russia.
So if we are not
if we are not to choose them, they will sanction us.
Sanction us from what?
From the exporting revenue that we get. And some people are also saying that there's the war in Palestine, between Israel and Palestine, has been going for forever.
Yeah.
America, we've never written letters to anyone saying they need to choose a side or they need to come and condemn someone or some country. We said, okay, as we will choose a side, but we won't force other people to choose a side. So America is choosing South Africa to say it's either
we have power, ne?
We have power.
Or maybe there's something that they want from us, ne?
There's something they're already getting from us.
So if they choose to sanction us,
and with that to say, if you guys are to side with Russia, you won't be benefiting. Because they say we stand to lose close to $32 billion if we get to expel. There's this other, which is called African Growth Opportunity Act. It's AGOA, something has been making news on the internet.
Asia, we're going to start making deals with Asia, we're going to make deals with Europe.
Exactly, but then they shouldn't put us in a point where we now have to choose things that have nothing to do with us. If we oppose Russia, what Russia is doing in Ukraine, we're now going to have a battle or maybe have some conflict with Russia, and we are part of the BRICS. So actually they're not happy with bricks. That's why
they try to break it up.
They're trying to break it apart, and they know they have to go through us. And in our valley, there are some things we stand to benefit, and there's things we stand to lose from our friendship with them.
Our vibe.
I mean, that's what I've been saying, man. Even if it was Russia putting the same pressure on us on something where we stand neutral, they have to vie and leave us alone. We are an independent country, man. We're an independent country. And then also recently, man, there was some tremor which happened in Boxback in Gauteng. Some say they felt it in Joburg, an earthquake. Yeah, it happened a few days ago. Yeah, a few days ago there was some tremor, and some people say their houses have cracked. Yeah, some are saying their house is cracked. Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant thing. Some say they had nothing. Which happens, man, which happens. They say it happened in a whole thing.
That's why internet.
When you're not on the internet, that's why you're against
I'm against the internet.
I see, that's why. The minute you come back, you're gonna see that, no, man.
I'm not. Even if I'm to come back, I'm not gonna be like fully inside, because I've been part of the internet for a very long time, and I know how bogus it is, and I know how
you know how bogus it is, and you know how much of an influence it can have, and you know how much it can turn someone against something, turn someone against this other one, just on the internet alone, when those people are not even beefing, man. Donald Trump.
What's with that Lihlanya?
I get he was arrested, and not so long. Some cases he's facing, and he's saying that these cases are being brought up to kind of fight him to not rerun for elections next year.
Oh, he wanted to rerun for
Of which I'm also saying, man. I'm also saying that.
And he has a lot of supporters, bro. Like stupid supporters. We wanna go to space.
He called them stupid. They're not stupid.
They are stupid.
There's something they are saying. You know what happens, man? There is a stupid president, and there's one who we say is stupid, and there's one who is conscious. With what I've seen with Trump,
he's conscious.
He's conscious when it comes to American. When it comes to American, I mean, in politics, I'm not saying his lifestyle. I'm not talking about his lifestyle.
No, you get the fuck out of here.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about his life. His lifestyle is work, bro. His lifestyle is work. But when it comes to politics,
even when you talk about his conscious, dog.
No, when it comes to politics, that guy is pro-American, and I feel like African countries need a president like Donald Trump, who is going to prioritize Africa, who's not going to be like, oh, fuck, okay, we have to accept. He was during his turn.
How come there was this slogan?
Make America great. Yeah, that's the slogan that he was running with. So the guy, I know he has his own flaws, and he's also,
and there were people there say one we are just making America great. I was like, this one is the type of
so with him, what I like in Africa, that's what we don't have. We get bullied so much by countries that have nothing to do with Africa, not even South Africa. We get bullied so much. That's like now what America is doing. If it was Trump, he was gonna tell America to fuck off. Fuck off our business, man. Do whatever you wanna do.
So you want Rama Billion to tell him to?
I want him to tell them to pay us off, but I know he's not gonna. He's not gonna.
He's a chicken.
He's a chicken, man. He's a chicken, man. June 16, tomorrow is June 16.
Yeah. What's good? What's happening?
Does it still have the value it still has, man?
Yeah, we are just grooving.
I see you've been asking me about the groove.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Bruh.
There's nothing to it, dog.
Yeah, and that's what's happening now, man. We just groove on these national holidays and stuff, because we no longer see the importance. They've kind of lost value.
Yeah, you're just gonna find the drunks wearing skates and whatnot.
It's an opportunity to get drunk.
Yeah.
And not necessarily because it was ever, but because they've been made to appear like that. Because there's no longer any value. It's like Freedom Day. We just see a day to go and drink. Nobody talks about the freedom we got, because
what freedom?
There's nothing to show for it. Yeah. There's nothing to show for it. And even tomorrow, people are gonna wear their uniforms, black and white, and go drink. You ask them what did they remember? They only remember where they were drinking.
The sector Peterson days.
Hey chief, let me check the time, Chief.
I think we need to wrap it up, Chief Lamy. Hey.
Yeah, before we wrap it up, man, I told you about Lekau and his business.
The one
Lekau, this guy what drip.
the drip guy.
Yeah, man, there's been some rumor that saying the guy is allegedly getting broke. He's closing some shops, which he kind of like tried to clear on the internet that no, man, I'm not closing shops. There's just a certain a part of my business that has not been doing well.
So I had to
close it down because I felt like, I kind of like felt what he was saying. Because if you have two businesses and you see the other one is not
working
good, you don't have to wait until these two businesses are all down and out. Just close the one that is not doing well, which is something that he did. But people were saying no. There was some news on the
people on the net.
It's always people on the net.
I'm a boss. I'm a rot.
I'm a boss. The net is the boss, I mean. So people were saying, there was some article that was published not so long. They said a certain guy who owns a luxurious shoe brand is out of the country because there's been some rumors that his wife ordered a hit. So people were thinking it's Lekau. Yeah, because also his location is in Paris, France.
Oh, he's showing his location.
His location is in Paris. They're saying the person is out of the country now, and people were now checking his location because it's not South Africa.
If he was hiding, then he wouldn't show his locations, right? If he was hiding.
Hey man, that left me with a lot of questions.
You just need to come on.
That left me with a lot of questions as to, I
kind of the reason as into why. That is the reason.
Yeah, I kind of try to buy into the story. I always listen to both sides. So even
you listen to the side of the
listen to the side of the critics, the side of the favorites, his side, and I kind of looked at it and I was like, okay, the guy has a location that says outside the country. They're publishing an article.
That is not hiding.
No, how I thought it personally. How I thought it. I was like, okay, maybe what if this is just a PR? I'm getting this. What if maybe this is just a PR? We're getting played. They post an article. The guys change his handle. He was trending not so long, and blah blah blah. His business is gonna get talked about. And I was like, okay. He cleared it out. I was like, okay, now where?
It could be.
It could be. You see, that's why I'm saying I always look at both sides before I conclude on something, because how PR works.
So you are to judge me if I don't follow tabloids.
I'm not to judge you, but at the same time, what I do? I stand in between. I'm like, it could be right, and also the critics could be right because we know how the internet works. Yeah, man. But this is how it goes.
See you on the next one. Dragon Ball Z. See you on the next.